Hey YouTube, it's James from Driveby Movies. I'm here to tell you about my top 5 favorite films of 2019. What are they? Well, I'm about to tell you right now. Number 5, I'm starting off with Booksmart. Booksmart was directed by Olivia Wilde, and this movie just came out at the right time. It was a day where I was just not in a good mood. I was in a shitty mood. Needed a laughing time, and this movie just did it for me. It's really funny. I can see this movie taking over for what Superbad did for my generation and Blaise, my co-host's generation. That movie meant a lot to us and a lot of other people, and it still does really well in the Netflix circuit. Booksmart, while a lot of people did go see it over the summer, it was really funny, and still not enough people are talking about it, but I think it's going to gain traction over time. It's the perfect amount of vulgarness, and it's just really absurd, really funny. The character chemistry between our two main actresses is fantastic, and it also has style. What other comedies came out this year? Good Boy. Is Good Boy your favorite comedy of 2019? No, go see Booksmart. And what other comedies even came out this year? I don't remember. I did see them. I just don't remember them. That's how forgettable they were. Booksmart wasn't. It's number 5 for me. Going into number 4, I have the movie Skin, released by A24. Skin, did that movie just go right over your head? Went by a lot of people's head. Didn't play in too many theaters, but I got a chance to go see it. I just remember seeing the trailer. I was like, oh wow, that looks haunting. And haunting it very much so is. This is not a movie I'm really going to watch ever again, but it stuck well enough for me to keep remembering it and not forget about it whatsoever. Jamie Bell gives a great performance. This movie is just about a guy who is forced into a white supremacy leading family. And it's not something he ever wanted. It's just he had nowhere else to go, and it's the life that he's stuck by. And he tries to get out of it once he meets the right girl who is not a part of that lifestyle whatsoever. But just his life comes back to haunt him. And Vera Farmiga, I mean, everyone remembers her from like the Conjuring movies. Been watching her for a while, but after seeing her in Godzilla and then literally saw this a month later, I was like, oh my God, she's horrific. Definitely check this one out. Number 3 for me is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What do you know? I happen to live really close to Hollywood. Is this movie very realistic of LA? Well, it captures LA very well. The 70s LA? I don't know. I wasn't alive in the 70s, so sorry about that. But this is Quentin Tarantino's most surprising film since Death Proof, I'd say. Death Proof, I know a lot of people dislike that movie. Even Tarantino says it's his least favorite movie that he's ever made. But I love that film just for its great dialogue and just like, where's this going? And then it just ends perfectly. And that's what this movie does. I can see why it turned off a lot of people, but I loved it. And this is a great movie to see with audiences, to see that reaction. It's heavily worth it. But this movie, I just found a lot more fun watching it. There's a lot more fun characters this time around. And it's Tarantino at his best. I've loved Hateful Eight. Like, I love all these newer movies that he's been coming out with more recently. I was a little disappointed with Django Unchained. Nothing bad against that movie, or nothing really bad to say. It's just not my favorite of his, but I think since that one, he's just been getting better when that one was heavily said to be his best. I think no, Hateful Eight, now Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like Tarantino is got it still, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to miss him if he does retire. We're now approaching the end of my list. Number 2, we have Anxiety, the movie. Part 2. What do I call Anxiety, the movie Part 1? That was Good Time, the Safdie brothers, fantastic film. I really loved how they recharacterized Robert Pattinson in that movie, just like gave him a whole new look into his career. I feel like that's where I just noted we're like, oh, Robert Pattinson can do whatever he wants. He's a fantastic actor. And once again, they're doing it for Adam Sandler, even though I've already like known that Adam Sandler had it in him. We'll keep telling people to go see Punch Drunk Love. But this movie, not once are you ever going to think of Little Nicky. You're never going to think of Happy Gilmore in this movie. Adam Sandler is a force to be reckoned with in this movie. Not really a good one, though. He is a piece of shit in this movie, but it's fantastic to watch. It's just like, just the whole movie, you're just like sitting at the edge of your seat. Not that like there's any crazy violence going on, but just like the stuff he gets himself into and the holes he keeps digging himself into are insane. It's just another fantastic direction by the Safdie brothers. Kevin Garnett, Lakeith Stanfield are great in this. Who would have thought Kevin Garnett was such a great actor? Like, I'm not a Celtics fan by any means, but loved when he's on the Timberwolves, though. But yeah, just because the T-Wolves have a cool logo. But I highly recommend Uncut Gems. It's now playing everywhere. I got to see it a few weeks ago, but now it's playing everywhere. Everyone needs to go see it. And now for the big one, my favorite movie of 2019. You thought the Anxiety in Uncut Gems was intense? Well, have you seen Parasite, bro? Parasite. I walked into this movie blind. I already knew I was going to go see whatever Bong Joon-ho is going to direct. Memories of Murder is one of my favorite films ever made. I think everyone has by now, most people have seen Okja, and then Snowpiercer was also a really popular Netflix movie, but this feels like a return to form for Bong Joon-ho, and just absolutely 100%, like just from beginning to end, I was mesmerized. The cinematography, the characters are fun to watch, the development, and just the holes that they dig themselves into with this family. Just fantastic. This is a movie that I highly recommend to go in blind. I didn't know anything about it, did not watch a trailer. I just saw Bong Joon-ho and just knew that I was going to go see it. This is worth all the hype. It's easily going to win Best Foreign Film of the Year. Like, there's no doubt about it. And it's absolutely the best movie of the year. Like, nothing in 2019, I just feel like compares or is on anywhere near the same level of intensity or direction as this movie. Bong Joon-ho is just still has it, and he is like, I'm so happy that like a lot of people know of his work from Netflix, and then now that this movie's doing so well, like being all in Korean, just it's highly like just like 100% deserved on his end, and please go see this movie. And that concludes my top 5 movies of 2019. It was a pretty fun year. I hope 2020 brings us some great stuff as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all our notifications and reviews on future movies. Be sure to do that, and we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.